Hi, T.O.T. Carlson here, and the people at Shout Factory are at it again, releasing another classic from the vaults. This is WarGames, classic 80s film directed by John Badham and starring Matthew Broderick and Ali Sheedy. I'm going to unbox this release and I'm going to share my opinions on the movie. Believe it or not, I had never actually seen this movie prior to picking up this 4K, and it's certainly been an interesting experience visiting this one for the first time. There's our cover art. Of course, you got the War Room there up top, right there. It says we got a 4K and a Blu-ray copy as well. Shout Factory doesn't always include a Blu-ray copy, so I'm glad to see that they did that here. Here's our spine. Back cover of the package. Inside, we have our 4K and our Blu-ray. There are no bonus features on the 4K other than the commentary track with John Badham and a few others. The bulk of the features, of course, are on the Blu-ray copy. There's a quote on the back from Roger Ebert here. An amazingly entertaining thriller, a masterpiece. And I'm going to read the description of the film on here because I think that probably sums it up better than I could. Matthew Broderick and Ali Sheedy star in this compelling drama filled with action, suspense, and high-tech adventures. Featuring superb performances by Dabney Coleman and Barry Corbin, WarGames is brilliant, funny, and provocative. A fast-paced cyber thriller. Computer hacker David Lightman can bypass the most advanced security systems, break the most intricate secret codes, and master even the most difficult computer games. But when he unwittingly taps into the Defense Department's war computer, he initiates a confrontation of global proportions, World War III. Together with his girlfriend and a wizardly computer genius, David must race against time to outwit his opponent and prevent a nuclear Armageddon. Now, if you've ever seen WarGames before, one of the first things you'll notice is it's very dated in terms of just about everything. I mean, you have these giant computers that take up entire rooms. You've got, just black and white monochrome monitors. I mean, back then, the concept of, going online and the internet, that was just completely foreign to the average person. That and computer hacking, it was just largely unheard of, and of course, at the time, pretty interesting subject matter for a film. I didn't even realize that Matthew Broderick had been in a major role like this prior to Ferris Bueller, and he actually does a very good job here. And of course, Ali Sheedy is fantastic as his co-star. Funnily enough, those two would end up in John Hughes movies in later years, although I don't think they ever actually appeared in one together. Supporting cast is good as well, including supporting parts from the likes of Eddie Deason, who of course is Hollywood's favorite nerd, and James Tolkien, who shows up in just about every movie from Back to the Future to Top Gun. It is a well-cast film, and while I won't deny its datedness, I certainly had a lot of fun watching this. Although a lot of the subject matter is dated, I do think that the concept of artificial intelligence is certainly something that's still both interesting and relevant, and if nothing else, I think that aspect of the film certainly holds up. It's not a perfect film, and it does have some issues, but I'm not going to go too into those here because I just looked at it as a great retro film, and I'm glad I finally got a chance to sit down and watch this one. The movie, of course, was directed by John Badham. Badham had previously directed Saturday Night Fever, and he sort of became this guy who directed the big 80s technology movies. He directed this, he directed Blue Thunder, he directed the original Short Circuit. He's had a pretty interesting filmography. And how you go from Saturday Night Fever to this, I have no idea, but the movie does have a good man at the helm, and even if it's dated, it never feels boring or drawn out, and that's a good thing right there. As far as picture quality goes, I mean, this is one of those retro 80s movies that was filmed on a pretty grainy film stock. That's how the movie's supposed to look. Don't come in here expecting something that's like razor sharp, because this isn't that kind of movie. But it is a faithful, well-done transfer that doesn't show any signs of digital tinkering, noise reduction, edge enhancement, or anything like that. It's a faithful transfer that looks the way the movie is supposed to look. And I am glad to see that they actually did justice to it with this transfer. If you have been watching this movie for years, I think you're going to be happy with what you see in this package. We do get a handful of featurettes on the disc. I'll read off what we have from the case here. There is, of course, that feature-length commentary I mentioned earlier with director John Badham and writers Lawrence Lasker and Walter F. Parks, a Loading WarGames featurette, an Inside NORAD Cold War Fortress featurette, an Attack of the Hackers featurette, the Tic-Tac-Toe, A True Story featurette, and of course a theatrical trailer. So you get a pretty nice supplemental package here. And I am happy to say that, Shout Factory, I think, really did justice to this title. Are you a fan of WarGames? Is this one of your favorite classic 80s films? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel for more content because I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.